Hello and Assalamualaikum. In this video, we want to present you what is an iMonopoly board game that is being created by ourselves. Before we begin, at the first place, I would like to introduce you our members. There are Nur Alia Waida binti Zainuddin, Ain Masuri binti Rosrono, Khalidah Akila binti Ruslan, Najwatul Nadirah binti Bahari, and I am Muhammad Syazwan Mir Hadi. So, let's jump to our main topic. What kind of game that we are going to play? Our significant type of game is more to Islamic teaching strategy simulation that will enhance the knowledge of basic Islamic context available and play rules these days. Well, for the sense of requirements, this iMonopoly game can be played by 2 players up to 4 players, and we recommend the participants basic communication in English regardless of whatever age they are. Definitely suitable for kids starting from the age of 12. What is the instruments then? The instruments that come together with the iMonopoly board are 2 dice, 4 mobile tokens in various colors, houses and offices indication, cars and motorcycles as vehicle sign, as well as purchase card as proven buying of commodity or property. You maybe wonder what kinds of currencies that we use in this kind of game. We use a Monopoly dinar and gold bars that will be main transaction during the game and will be given for a certain amount equally to the players before starting it. Unlike traditional Monopoly, iMonopoly comes with a greater idea of playing and quizzes at the same time, like Hibah card too. Not just that, iMonopoly also has Hibah cards, which is more likely to enhance the possibilities of winning the game.
Do you know that in this iMonopoly board game, there are various Islamic contracts and terms that are being used? Murabahah, Arahnu, Aitab, Ijarah, Bai'inah, Hibah, Tawid and Garamah are among the contracts that are involved in this game. My name is Najwatul Nadirah and I am going to share with you how these contracts are being used in this board game. First and foremost, the contract of Murabahah are being used if the player wants to buy a land where both seller and buyer agree to the cost and the markup of an asset. Second, for Arahnu, this contract will be used if the player wants to close the gold bar if they are out of cash money. Aitab, or known as Al-Ijarah Thumma Al-Bay contract being used if the player wants to buy a car, and it is a contract where the parties enter into a lease contract for a specified tenure and subsequently enter into sale contract at the expiry of the lease tenure. Next, for Ijarah, this contract will be used if the players lands on others' asset and they have to pay a certain amount which it has been stated in the purchase card. For Bai'inah contract, this agreement will be used if the player wants to buy a house. Furthermore, in this iMonopoly board game, for each round, each player will get an amount of hibah for 1,050 ringgit Malaysia. Tawid and Garamah also being implemented in this board game, where the player have been imposed to pay 500 ringgit Malaysia to charity fund as late payment charges. So, are you excited for this game? Well, let us show you how it works. Let the games begin.
We present to you iMonopoly board game.
Players that are playing this game, and one of the players also act as the banker to manage the money. For the first step, the banker will distribute 100,000 IMB of money to each players. After that, the banker also distributes 500 grams of gold bar to the players as well as first step.
First, you need to roll the dice then move according to the number. If you landed at Ibrah, you have to pick one card and follow the instruction. This player have to move 2 steps.
Now, the player rolls the dice and got 5 steps forward. She landed on asset, and the type of asset that stated on that lot is house. In this situation, she wanted to buy the house, and the contract that offered by the bank is by Al-Ilah. After she read the contract, she agreed and paid for the house according to the set price.
landed on hibah, the player have to answer the question on the card, and if the player answer it correct, the player will receive an amount of hibah stated on the card.
The next player is stopped at the Brodua card space. If the player wants to buy the asset, the player must know what is the contract used. The banker will give the purchase card to player before they purchase. The front of the purchase card shows the price for 1 to 3 units of car, and at the back of the card will explain about the contract in detail. So for these purchases, the player will using the ITAP contract for purchasing the car.
If player run out of money, the player can pledge their gold bar to the bank and get some money equivalent to the price of the gold bar.
So, what are the criteria for the winner? Those who own a lot of asset, money and gold is the winner for this game. Congratulations!
In iMonopoly board game, players can loan money from the bank and gold bonds held for the purpose of exchanging money with the bank. But if players do so consistently without themselves strategy in mind, they could find themselves in serious debt. Playing iMonopoly board game properly teaches people to spend their available money wisely and to resist the temptation of borrowing money unnecessarily, which only leads to debt, and indirectly learn and gain new knowledges about contracts that have been offered in Islam. That's all from us. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum and have a nice day.